Good morning out to everybody. Alan D9J Sports. We're right back at it with another one. We've got a good one lined up for you this morning on the drive. Hope everybody's being safe out there and watch that traffic. You know what it is. It's Hump Day Wednesday. Hump Day Wednesday. So, hey, let's jump right into this thing. So, we're going to be talking about the RG3, the Angel Reese. And now Shaq has got himself mixed up into it. So, as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, it's out of control. So, if you're one of those people out there who don't like hearing the truth, you're not going to want to hear this show today. But for those of you who do, let's get into it. So, we know that this started all off, the beef started off when Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. That's what it all started off from. And some of the things that Angel Reese was doing, some of the things that she was posting, and people didn't like it. Some people did, some people didn't. That's where it started at. But how did it ever get to her? How did it get here, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to explain it to you. And I want you to get in the comments and tell me what you think about it. Well, now it's done rolled over. We know RG3 continues to go back and forth with Angel Reese. And Angel Reese was going back and forth with RG3. Some of the things were over the line. Most of them that were happening between the two were over the line. Now, we all know and seen the post where RG3 took it from TikTok and had a picture of Angel Reese. I don't know who would do this anyway, of Angel Reese dressed like a monkey with the bats coming down the basketball court in a split image. Well, that definitely is out of line. Not just only for RG3, for the person who made that video on TikTok. It was out of line. But for RG3 to take that video and even have the audacity to even put it up anywhere doesn't make any sense. But let's just be honest about it. All it is modern day version of black on black crime in sports. Yep, I said it's black on black crime in sports. And it's gotten so bad now until now Shaquille O'Neal is weighed in because him and Angel Reese, I guess as he says that's his girl, his homegirl, or LSU alumni. And now Shaquille O'Neal has come out and publicly threatened the dude, publicly threatened RG3 and said he's going to punch him in his face. Well, maybe I'm mistaken, but isn't that a crime? But I guess if you got enough money, then you can move the way you want to move. But to publicly threaten a man and say that you're going to punch him in the face if he says anything else about Angel Reese, that doesn't make any sense. Now, we know that Ryan Clark also has been very, very, he's been getting into it with RG3. And to me, all it is, once again, is black on black crime because at the end of the day, you haven't heard Caitlin Clark say anything. You haven't heard her say anything. But yet and still, we as a community, we continue to do the same thing. Why are we making a big deal? Okay, I understand the thing with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, but I don't understand it. The part that I understand is how they're getting into it on the court. Angel Reese, I guess, supposedly doesn't like Caitlin Clark. But the part I don't understand is why is that a bad thing? It's sports. See, you modern day players, modern day athletes out there, you got to be friends with everybody. You got to be friends with the people that you're competing against. But back the true champions, you think Tom Brady, did you see Tom Brady when he said he been knowing Peyton Manning for 20 years? They probably went out to eat dinner twice. He didn't want to talk to him. You remember the days of old when the Detroit Pistons and the Bulls played? Man, they weren't friends. They didn't talk on the phone. They didn't handshake and dap up all the time. But now in this modern day era, you got to be friends. And if you're not friends, then that's a problem. I would think that their rivalry would make the WNBA grow, to gain some attention. But this back and forth stuff. And I still can't believe that, Shaq, you publicly threatened the man and you want to fight him. You want to fight RG3. I didn't know Shaq was a boxer. I just know he's a big dude. But man, that doesn't work. The Gypsy Man's a big dude. And Alexander Usyk whooped his butt. So what does that mean? But to go on national television or YouTube and openly threaten the man. Black on black crime. It's a move over the sports. It's done moved over to sports. And no, ladies and gentlemen, it didn't just start. Over the last month, it's just out of control in our community. If you think I'm lying, let's just take a look back. Let's take a look back. Let's just go back a month ago. We won't even go farther than that. We'll go a month ago. or a couple of weeks ago. That's as far as we need to really go. It started off, and you had Gilbert Arenas and Tracy McGrady and them. They were hating on Kobe Bryant. He's a dead man. They were hating on him. Black on black crime in sports. And doing this against somebody who couldn't publicly defend themselves because they're dead and gone. Let's just keep it going. Roy Jones Jr. said that Sugar Ray Leonard would beat Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather didn't say anything, just had somebody watching Roy getting knocked out. Now all of a sudden Roy wants to fight Floyd Mayweather. Then now this. But the whole time, once again, you don't hear anything from Caitlin Clark. And Shaquille O'Neal, I want to tell you, man, are you going to fight everybody that has a problem with Angel Reese? Because that's what you're going to do, brother. You're not going to last long because there's going to be a lot of people. A lot of people. And to RG3. Let's get to RG3. Man, stop already, man. I don't really care who RG3 is married to. I don't care whether she's black, white, Mexican, poor. I don't care. That's that man's personal business. But leave the young lady alone. We all have our comments and our thoughts about Angel Reese and some of the things that she does on the court, some of the things that she does off of the court. But to take personal jabs at the young lady because you don't think that she likes Caitlin Clark and to bring her circle into it. You don't know them people in her circle, dude. You don't know them people in her circle, and the people that you think that are in her circle that are talking to you, that don't even make sense. Because most reasonable people understand that the people in their circles, they don't really deal with everybody. And you expect for us to publicly believe that somebody in Angel Reese's circle is talking to your butt? Come on, man. Man, stop already. And to Angel Reese. See, Angel? Got to be careful what you wish, what you hope for. Now, I know, Angel, you did not ask for this stuff like this from the hate from RG3, young lady. I get that. But I will tell you, some point at some time, young lady, take the high road. Let him be the one, the old man who's acting stupid. Let him do that black on black crime. You continue your thing on the court with Caitlin Clark because it's good for the WNBA. Nothing physical. Okay, but just a mental game, just getting rough. Hey, yeah, and I do get the part where you didn't get a contract, but then on the other side of it, I don't, because you are an ambassador for the game too, young lady. Because there are a lot of young ladies who played in college basketball, who are playing in the WNBA, who don't get the attention that you're getting. You feel me, Angel? There are a lot of young ladies who've been playing in the WNBA who do not get the attention that you're getting. But are you getting mad at them? There are a lot of young white players in the WNBA who don't get the attention that you're getting. But are you mad at them? See, you gotta keep it a buck, Angel. You gotta keep it a buck. If you're gonna be mad because one player's getting money, you gotta be bad. You gotta keep it real for everybody. Okay, so and if the other WNBA players came at you because you're getting more than them, then how would you feel? That's what I want you to take a look at. And those are some of the things that I just don't get that are going on. But black on black crime, is it ever going to stop? We would hope that it would stop, but it don't look like it's been spewed over into sports, ladies and gentlemen. So for all the parties involved, Angel Reese, Shaquille O'Neal, Ryan Clark, RG3, man, y'all let it go. And I want to tell you this. Shaquille O'Neal, I know you watch boxing. Why you ain't have nothing to say about Edgar Bargery steady saying nigga? That's who you need to be checking. That's who you need to be checking about how many times he said nigga. But you ain't checking him. You checking another brother. And you threaten to beat him up. Go threaten to beat Bargery up. I mean Edgar Berlanga. Go threaten to beat Edgar Berlanga up for saying nigga so many times. Let's keep the black on black crime out of sports. This is Allen with D9J Sports. On the way out, you know I'm gonna leave her with something every day. Ladies, now you finally checked her about her attitude. And you done exactly what I said. You went and talked to her man. Don't mess with him either. You was just doing it for show. Because if he's dealing with her, it ain't much to him either. And for all you guys out there, remember what I told you. Make sure you stay on the clock. You know that snitch is going to go tell. Just give it about 3.5 or 4 weeks. And he's going to have a lot to say because you're not going to be at work. You're going to be in front of the TV, or you're going to be at AT&T Stadium, or you're going to be down in Houston watching the game. That's where you're going to be, and he's going to be at work by himself. Allen with D9J Sports. See you next time. The Drive. We're definitely out.